Need to change angle. Better. Episode 3. So from the last couple of episodes, maybe I need to give some feedback on what I'm actually doing, because not everybody seems to get what I'm actually doing. Why I'm creating a jig, what I'm even talking about. So I'm going to try and explain a little bit about what I'm talking about before I carry on. So why am I creating a jig? Should have drawn a Formula Ford on here before I started this. So maybe I'll just go. So this is what my Formula Ford would have originally looked like. At the moment, all I've got over there is just this bit with a couple of arms hanging off it. So, because I'm turning it into a sprint car and I'm using a bike engine, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. So if I start rubbing these lines out, take that out there, and take these out there, yeah. So we're essentially starting getting rid of all that, because originally what would have been here would have been the engine and the frame, and then there was a bell housing, which is what you've seen me creating the mounts for, and there was a gearbox on the back of that. That's what would have originally been there, but because we've swapped this for a bike engine, we can't use the gearbox. Can't use that gearbox. It's possible to use that bell housing. I'll put a picture up now. Of what I could have done, but I've not done that because I'm stupid and didn't think it through. So we're not going to use that, and we can't use the gearbox on the back of here. So because of that, we've got to run a chain from here to the differential, which will be at the back here, which is why what we're doing now is creating the jigs. So the jigs are being put on the original Formula Ford kit so that all the wishbone geometry is exactly the same as when it was a Formula Ford. So then I should know how the car's going to react, because it should act exactly how it would have as a Formula Ford, because all the measurements, everything is exactly the same. So that's why we got our little horseshoe jig will be the front, that bit there, and we've created that bit that comes across the back here. That's our 3 points that we've created already, and we're trying to figure out this last one here. But what that will do will be an exoskeleton for us to be able to build the framework on the back here. So we'll just have a simple frame, the wishbones will mount to all of that, and then the differential will also mount inside of it. So, and then that will join onto there, and then we're cooking. So the job for today, we have our wishbone mount point jig, which we've created already. It's a bit like a horseshoe, that's what I've called it so far. And then we're going to connect it to what we created in the last episode, which is a bar across here, and then we've got our rear upper wishbone mount point. What I've done is I've sent some emails, very clever, and I found out how far this last one, needs to be from here. So I know that distance, but I also know the distance between here and here, because I've got the wishbone. So the wishbone I can fasten to there, so I know how far away that is, and then all I need to do is figure out how up and downy I need to go, up and downy. The distance between these two needs to be, and then I have my 4th point. Hopefully I can finish that today, and you never know, before the end of the day, I might actually be able to start building this framework. Weird. So something I am quite aware that I have a bit of a problem with is like standing in the way of what I'm doing. When I was over at the pillar drill, I was very aware my arm was in the way. And when I was on the pillar drill, the gearbox bell housing was in the way. I was also filming up here, and it was like filming down, and I was working on the other side. So I'm going to try and improve that. I've bought a tripod, which I've forgotten to bring with me for today, so apologies for that. But I bought a tripod so I can get some better angles. I'm going to try and think about it a little bit better. And we're going to go from there. I've also realised what I need to do a bit better, is pick what I'm going to hyperlapse and what I'm just going to speed up. Because some things I do are really dull and take ages, and even speeding it up looks really boring, which would be perfect for hyperlapse. But then also I've hyperlapsed some things where actually I could probably show what I'm doing a bit better. We'll try and do that a little bit better. What I've done here is screwed up a little bit. So I've chopped those bits off there because these need to be a bit higher so that they are not parallel but just a little bit further up from these. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to modify these tubes here and bring this little mount up a little bit, measure it, check it with a straight edge, check it with the angles on the setup sheet, and hopefully we should be there then. Spent the last half an hour fixing them F up. But now this point here needs to be, this is flipped upside down, so this needs to be higher than this point, which it is now, so that's good. I've measured the angle, did all that off camera because I'm stupid, but that is literally the most crude patchwork ever. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, I could probably do with maybe sticking a bar from this side to this side, just to keep these apart the right distance, because that's so crude. I don't like it at all. But we'll see how we go. So just as a test, I've measured, well, not measured at all, but use these two bars, put it one across the top of the bell housing, one across the bottom of my framework, because obviously I'm joining this rocker work to the bell housing. And if you do it this way, you can see if it looks level, and the distances obviously between either end, they look pretty bang on. So that's not far off. Pretty happy with that. So next job, connect here on both sides to here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right, 3. I did maths. Do you know what? I've just watched that back, and after saying that, bloody G clamp in the way. You need to see any of my welding. Idiot. So, boom, connected together as a 3. Now, what I need to do is drag out my emails, find out the dimension for this bugger. No, that's wrong. It's wrong, Jamie. This one that is floating in midair somewhere here. So been doing lots of measuring, lots of flicking between emails and drawings, trying to figure out how to make something to create this point here. I know where it needs to be. I know what the dimensions are. How do you just do it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some doodling on the board, figure it out from there. So here we are then. I know it needs to be 15.5 between the 2 points on front and rear because they're parallel. And I know it needs to be 18.5 centimetres wide. But it's literally floating in mid-air. So my thought at the moment is to start with the distance across. I'm going to make a plate, connect it to another plate. This with 2 holes in. Start the way you connect your clevis point, which has got the 2 holes in it. So once we can guarantee that's the right width, our thought then is to make this 3D. That's crap. Grow some tubes down to our original jig. I'm not sure where. I'll figure that out, and I'll probably talk about it once I'm there. Got the key. So, what we have got there is that. So this is exactly, let me just check that. Oh, this is from going home. This is 18.5 centimeters across. So that's how wide it would have been on the gearbox. So got the holes either end. They'll go, I think, probably go like that. Go like that. With the level. Should check that level. Yes. You see that? Yeah. So that will go. In fact, I'm just going to show you. So this is what I was going to show you. I need to try and figure out what I'm going to say first. So if you imagine gearbox would be on here, mount point somewhere here, and that's what I've created here. So this is why this isn't the jig. This is the jig will attach to this. So what I need to do is come up with a way of holding this 15.5 centimeters above this mount point, and the right distance from here. So what I'll do is I'll probably put a clevis point on here, put a wishbone in both sides again, so it's square, and then measure 15.5 centimetres up and figure out a way of fastening that. In fact, what I'll probably do is I'll probably do a couple of tacks and temporarily fasten it to the jig at the moment, and then create the rest of the jig off that, cut it away, get rid of this, got your jig thing. Why am I so weird? So, I was thinking about how, oh, we go, you get it. So, got a clevis point on either end, happy days. That needs to go in here somewhere. I wanted to put a wishbone in between them. How am I going to put a frickin' wishbone in there if the blooming jig's there? I have no idea how to do this now. Maybe I should have done top and then bottom. Join them together. I actually don't know how I'm going to do this. So I think I need to sit and think about this. So the verdict I've come up with, I've done all sorts. I've stuck a wishbone on this, other bell hours in here. I've tried clamping things. But what I think I've decided to do, which is probably wrong, a lot of people that probably do this for a living are probably about to shout at me for saying this, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to start building the framework from these three. Because once I've got the clevis points on that point, that point, that point, I can use a wishbone from this point and bring it across. I can measure my distance from here, and then my distance from here, and then my angle, and I can reverse engineer as I go. It's a bit shit, sorry, no swear words, it's a bit rubbish, and it's a bit gash, but should work. If not, start again. What it does mean though, time to get the TIG out. So, guys, this should hopefully now start to make a little bit more sense of what I've done. Finished tidying it here, should have just done it completely, but, right. This is our jig. So, we've obviously grown all this off all of the components, and our framework will be bolted to all of this. So what we're going to do, do you know what time is it? It's like 5 o'clock now. Yeah, it's gone past 5. I'm gonna go get some dinner, and I'm gonna carry this on tomorrow. Had a late night last night, so I finished about 4 AM. Cry river. Yeah, that is what I'm gonna do. I'm going home. Well, that's it for today. I think done enough today. Actually, thinking about what I've actually accomplished today is I've welded these 2 plates on here. Well done. It's 5 hours I've been up here. So that will do for today. Next time I'll make a start. Winding. I wind all the bushes onto these points here. They've all arrived. Bolts. Start creating this framework. Hopefully it'll pay off using this for the third. This 4th point here could work, might not. If not, start again. Well, you can watch me make all this again if you like. But thanks very much for watching. I've had pretty good feedback so far, so I'll just keep making these. Quite enjoy making them as well. Yeah, next time, hopefully making the new frame worker. Any suggestions, just give me a shout, send me a comment or something like that. Pretty open to positive criticism. No negative though, obviously, 'cause I'll cry. So thanks very much. Comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you need to do. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you on episode 4. Why am I so weird?